recording. Who would like to do a recap for a point of inspiration?
I'll do it.
Go for it.
Last time, the party having slain the accursed dragon. Sorry, 1 second.
I would say, is that it?
No, I wrote it down, but to speak, it keeps going off screen. Hello?
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 Okay. Last time, the party, having slain the accursed dragon, were awoken by Gallenford to discover Caradwyn unconscious, the mysterious mask attached to her face. As the rest attempted to awaken her, Caradwyn found herself in a house seemingly comprised of flesh and other organic substances. Cautiously, she explored her surroundings, picking up a mysterious crystal along the way, until suddenly she was returned to the snowy peak surrounded by her peers, thanks to Nyx recalling the power of the amulet she carried. With this new mystery of the mask, the party returned to a joyous greeting by the residents of Gloomstick, for they returned victorious. Leaving the townsfolk to rebuild, the newly minted mighty meddlers of Mischief set their sights upon the Imperial City to see about selling the treasures they have collected upon on their journey, as well as to see Caradwyn's mentor about the mysterious mask, of which he has extensive knowledge. After arriving, exchanging goods and services, as well as locating a place for the night, the party head to seek Professor Bierce, Caradwyn's mentor. However, after beholding the mask, he informs the party that he must step away and departs. No sooner has the party settled in when he returns, but flanked by guards and others of authority. What has the Meddlers of Mischief crew got themselves into this time? Find out now.
All right, give yourself a point of inspiration.
It's always better to write it down.
So yes, you guys left off. You were in the office of Professor Bierce. He after telling them what happened, he left you in his office with some tea. And then coming back with armed soldiers and the headmaster of the arcane of the university. They okay. They all approach you and demand that you all come with them and surrender all your weapons.
Did we do something wrong?
Maybe they can read minds.
All will be explained. Just please follow. Please don't make this any harder than it is. We just need to investigate.
Nyx raises her hands. Can I have one request?
No.
Can I have this tea set?
No.
Can I ask why we can't have this conversation here?
Damascus has already handed over his whip. He's like, I don't see what's so hard about this.
Thank you.
I'll go off of Damascus' lead, noticing he's not worried. I'll hand over my... Oh, the only weapon I have now is the short sword. But as I do, I already forgot the guy's name, but
Professor Bierce?
Professor Pierce, I'll kind of look towards him and I'll just ask him, is there something wrong with your room? My compass doesn't seem to work in here. You might want to get that checked.
He completely ignores your question. And he's waiting for Caradwin and Nyx. The soldiers are, and everybody's waiting. You see that things are a little. You could tell there's a bit of tension, but they want to make sure things go smoothly.
Well,
I'll hand over.
while we're waiting, Damascus will be like, "Is there something wrong?"
Yet to be seen.
I'll hand over my dagger and my staff.
Okay. Aiden will surrender his sword. He gives him a little more of a fight. Arguing, but he ultimately surrenders, and so does Jason. Jason surrenders his gear as well.
I mean, I don't really carry any weapons unless you call this a weapon, and she just kind of pulls out her sling.
They confiscate that.
I'll just nudge Nixon, be like, that means they consider you dangerous. And I'll wink.
I don't know why. I haven't done anything
It's
recently.
okay. It's okay, Nix. It's probably just standard procedure, right, Caradwin?
Sure. Yeah.
See, it's fine. It's just normal.
So, please please follow us. And as you guys leave the room, you are all being escorted. The rest of you have 2 soldiers right next to you. Caradwin, you have 4 and the headmaster right next to you.
Great. Question: I gave them my dagger and my staff. Did they ask for my spellbook, or do I still have that on?
Knowing you, they took everything that can be used. Even Galliford, they kind of know that you're a bit of a bard. They took your loot and everything like that. Basically, you're going to interrogation.
Yeah, I just figured I'd ask if I got
And
my spellbook.
Caradwin, you're being led away from everybody else.
Cool.
And they did dismiss Morgan. They just a wave of the headmaster's hand, and Morgan is sent back to her elemental plane. Same thing with Aiden's. Same thing with Cinder.
Can Bucky be excused? He literally is just a squirrel.
They all look at Bucky. They take Bucky and put him in a small cage.
Hey!
Oh,
At least let her carry the cage.
They refuse. And as you guys are being escorted, you guys are all being separated as well. You guys are being put into your own individual rooms inside the library. Are you guys resisting in any way, or are you just allowing them basically to do this?
no resistance for me.
Okay.
No resistance from Galliford, since these so far appear to be Imperial guards and we're in the capital, so I don't sense any threat. I'm sure everything can be explained.
You hear Aiden kind of giving words. He's the one most that's kind of given the more trouble. But So you are each put into individual rooms. You are isolated from everybody. Next, Bucky is there in the room with you on the table, but he's still locked in the cage. We're gonna
I don't want to be separated from Bucky.
a pallet. Each of them, a superior comes in. You guys are waiting there for like what seems to be forever. Each individual time. You're each waiting about a half hour or so or more. Caradron, you're being led away, basically.
Are we all in like similar looking rooms, or do we each have like a? Is it just they found the nearest empty room and
It
used?
seems like you don't know what the other rooms are. Yeah, everybody is. It seems like one of those conference rooms type deal.
Okay, Damascus will probably be pacing if they let him pace inside the room.
Yeah, they'll let you pace, but the two guards are keeping an eye on you.
I am
Damascus,
probably talking to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I assume Galenfer that you're probably talking up the guards too.
Oh yeah, I'm just rambling, just going on about our heroic adventures and what the Feywild's like, and asking them a bunch of random questions about the capital since I have only been here a couple of times.
Um, does the room have like any books in them, or is it just like empty,
It's
other than
empty.
like a table and chairs?
There's a table and a chair.
Okay. Can I have some like stool or something? I can't see up the top. I'm kind of short.
As you guys are talking, the guards are. It's like at Buckingham Palace. The guards are completely ignoring you.
Do we get bathroom breaks? I had a lot of tea.
You couple remind me of a few chevaliers I knew back in the Feywild. They used to be able to stand for days. Can you guys stand for days? That'd be impressive.
Eventually, you are each. We'll start. Damascus, you are greeted first by a seems to be some like a priest, a cleric, and another soldier, looking individual. You could tell just by his armor and what he seems to be of higher rank than the two guards.
Are you here to come settle all this out?
Yes. Please sit. The cleric is telling you.
He will sit down.
The paladin begins to cast a spell. He casts. Are you going? Are you to speed things along? Basically, I'm trying. Are you going? Are you? The paladin is casting. Zone of
Truth.
Yes. Are you going to resist this?
Well, Damascus just sees him like mutter his few words and wave his hands, and he goes, "Are you doing one of those magic things?" So he doesn't even know what's happening.
Okay. They begin interrogating you, asking you about your recent mission, and your recent endeavors with the dragon and whatnot. Do you are you going to lie to them, or are you gonna? Well, you can't lie. You can only tell the truth.
I think Zone of Truth means they know when I'm lying. But Damascus doesn't have any reason to lie. He tells them like everything he remembers.
Okay. And then the cleric begins to cast detect good and evil on you. So you feel the sensation come upon you, and as soon as it comes, it goes. They take down their notes. Thank you. Continue to wait here. We will inform you shortly. And they get up and leave. With you.
Did I pass? Where's Nix?
The door closes.
Hello?
Gallenford, you are greeted next by these individuals.
Oh, hello. I was wondering when someone else would come. These two don't seem to like to answer any questions.
Please sit, and we will answer what you have, and you will answer our questions.
Okay, I do enjoy conversations.
Again, you see, Gallenford, you see the paladin cast a spell, a zone all around you. Do you resist Zone of Truth?
Would I recognize what he's casting?
No. But you could tell this is not a harmful spell. You don't feel any harm coming your way, but you do feel like something's like an impulse, like you almost like you cannot lie. Let me pull up Zone of Truth.
I won't resist, and I'll just kind of watch how he's waving his hands and how his mouth is positioned as he's chanting. Just like, that's is an amazing spell. I think they cast it differently in the Feywild, whatever that might be, but maybe you can teach me this later.
They begin asking you questions about your endeavors, about your recent expedition with the dragon and everything like that. Again, do you lie?
Huh.
Or,
No, I go into a long winded story of our glorious adventures and everything we encountered.
Gallenford, like, intentionally, like, was it extravagance thing? So it's like, the dragon was this big. Okay, it was this big.
He basically walked into a musical by putting up this zone in truth and asking me about our adventures.
they kind of just sit there and dullingly like, okay, yeah, whatever. You're kind of they're not there for a performance. You are losing. You could tell they're losing interest, but they are listening intently. Um, thank you. And then the cleric casts a spell directly on you, Gallenford. The cleric, you could tell it's again detect good and evil. Almost similar to what Nyx cast on Caradwin. You feel the sensation upon you. They seem like they are satisfied with what has transpired, and they said, "Thank you. We will inform you shortly." And they get up and walk out.
As they're leaving, I'll just call out, if after all of this you guys have any quests or anything, just remember the Meddlers of Mischief. We're for hire.
Close the door. The door closes.
I just look to the two guards in the room, just like, they'll end up asking for our aid. Just you wait.
Eventually, Nyx, you are the last one after Aiden and Jason. Um, you hear Aiden fight. Kind of argue. You all hear this, like, um, but Nyx, it is your turn, and you see a cleric and a paladin walk into your room.
It's about time. I've been here for like what seems like 3 hours.
Oh, sorry, we had to question your friends. You see the paladin cast the spell, and then do you resist this spell?
Yes.
I need to give me a charisma save.
Okay, I'd admit it. I did put red paint inside of that one person's shampoo bottle.
You just start spouting. What was it from the Goonies? You're just like you start telling the truth on everything. And we don't care about that. All we care about is what happened with the dragon.
Well, all I can say is that we were fighting him, and then died. Then somehow it ran away. That's all I really remember. I don't pay attention very often.
Wait, it ran away?
I think that's what Gallenford said.
And that's part with my elaborate story. I would have mentioned us losing track of the head.
Okay. So they you see them taking notes, Nick, and everything like that, collaborating. And then the cleric casts a spell directly on you and Bucky. It's very similar to the spell you
He's
cast
innocent.
on Caradwin. They seem pleased with this, and they get up to. We will inform you shortly. Please continue to wait.
Can I at least get a coloring book?
And then they leave.
I'm so bored. As he exits.
Caradwin,
Oh boy.
you, the headmaster and Professor Beers, and 4 heavily armed guards lead you down into the basement of the library. You have never been down here before. They take you to a room, and inside the room it seems this is almost typically like a dungeon. There's a table and chair, and then they chain you to that table and chair.
Oh, great. I'm just silent. I've got nothing to say.
They are eventually, after about 3 hours of waiting, the cleric and the paladin join the room.
Jesus.
No.
I was chained to this table for 3 hours?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Think of it. You know how you're like, and you see in the interrogation scenes, there's that bar with handcuff, and you're handcuffed to the bar on the table. And like all the like CSI movies and shows, yeah, that's what happened to you.
It was a really good thing that I didn't have lunch before this, or any of the tea, because I would hate to have had to use the bathroom.
No, Karen, we don't believe you did anything wrong intentionally. But
No, I did nothing wrong. I'm just chained to a table for absolutely nothing then.
But this is just standard procedure when dealing with these situations. Now, don't resist. Tell the truth, and everything will be fine.
I think I've been pretty honest so far. I mean, cast the spell, the story will be the same.
The paladin casts Zone of Truth, and then they begin to question you about about your adventures with the dragon, and then they get to the meat of the things, the mask. Where did you find the mask?
As I said before, we found it at the dragon's lair on a chair that was made of coral.
And when you put this mask on, where
I did not put the mask on. I simply fell asleep with it.
when the mask was applied and you were asleep, where describe to me what you saw and where you were at.
I woke up in a tube, and I was flushed out of the tube, and then surrounding me was flesh walls, weird doors that felt like, I don't even know how to describe it. Kind of like the webbing on a bat's wing, I think would be the best way to say it. And there was a weird floating purple creature with a bulbous head and tentacles out of its mouth, who's performing a strange magic ritual in another one of the rooms. I didn't wait around long to see what he was doing.
And in this place, you were able to interact with everything, and you decided to take that crystal.
Well, the crystal was there. I figured the more information I could gather about the place, the better. But frankly, I didn't have much time to search through his library. The most I got was a book about how to turn people into, well, whatever the hell he was. Which actually was a thing that he was doing, which is fun. It's really gross to look at now that I think about it.
What else?
About the place as a whole, or with the crystal?
In general,
There was a pool of tadpoles, which I think he was. How much of that book was I able to read on the road here, by the way?
if you were reading that book and whatnot, you would. How studious were you reading that book? Let me ask you that.
That's the only thing I was doing on the way here.
You probably
I had
would.
no spells
You
to
probably
copy.
would have read that book from front to back.
Okay, so what knowledge would I have then about that creature and what he was?
You know
experimenting?
that these creatures are commonly known as mind flayers, but they are known as illithids. They live. They are descendants or have a piece of the great elder god known as Cthulhu. And this is how they primarily produce their numbers. They kidnap or take beings from our plane of existence, take them back and turn them forcefully, either through surgically or through tadpoles or any means into other illithids.
Okay,
It is a cruel and brutal process.
I will explain that to them, and then add that I don't think I was taken by this thing because the tube that I arrived in was different than the one that the creature was being turned into, one of them in. If that sentence made any sense. But then I found a room that had this weird pulsating magic that was surrounded by a bunch of statues and a strange tentacle sigil. And I thought, well, I don't know what this is, but I'm curious. Maybe it'll help me get out of here. And there was a barrier, but when I put my hand close to it, it like tried to breach the barrier. I didn't want to have that in me, but I thought maybe one of these crystals will do it the trick. And I put the crystal through and it absorbed it. Nothing changed about the place. The mind flayer didn't react, but before I really had time to figure anything else out, I was brought back to, well, I say brought back, I don't think I ever left, but my astral form, maybe, was brought back to the material plane. I really don't know about that end. I didn't even think about how that worked until now. But physically, I was still here, according to my companions.
And
Which is also confusing because I had all of my stuff with me, and then I was able to bring things back. I don't know how it worked.
The Professor Beers pulls out the dark crystal. He's wearing he has protection. He's like has this in this magical orb, and he sets on the table. Do you know what you have collected in that area?
After that story, if I said yes, would you really believe me? I have no idea. I couldn't use identify on it. I couldn't. The book didn't say anything. I didn't rummage through his library. It was a dumb thing that I did because I was really curious about it. You know what they say about ravens? They really like shiny objects. And boy howdy, isn't it coincidental that I have a raven as a familiar?
Yes. You brought back what seems to be a piece of the conscience of Cthulhu himself.
You know, if you would like to just kill me now, I would not hesitate or question it, really, because that was... Jesus Christ. Is this a joke? Is this a prank? Is this an elaborate ruse?
You all see that they all have straight faces.
Fuck me.
Don't worry,
Why does this
Kurgan.
always happen?
Don't worry, Kurgan. One of these days it'll be a joke.
You're not there.
I think it's just me. I think I just.
The- Luckily,
Fuck.
this isn't the whole conscious. Again, it's just a piece of it. Uh, it is contained. We do have ways to contain and safely safeguard these things.
Cool.
So it's again, we don't believe you doubt you. You are worshippers of the great gods, of the old gods. So you're not under any. You did not commit any crimes. You and your companions.
Well, I hope not. I didn't even know the name Cthulhu until about 5 seconds ago.
Um, but you and your companions will be under heavy watch. For the time being, you will all not be allowed to leave the city.
Great.
You weren't one of those tadpoles. You weren't infected by anything, were you?
Well, as much as I'd like to say no, I genuinely have no idea. As I
Um,
said, the tube that I woke in was different than the experiment tube that I saw, but I don't know how long I was unconscious. And again, I don't know how much of me was physically there if I was also still here.
They begin to cast spells on you, detect good and evil. They begin to make sure there's nothing that you brought back other that's inside of you. Um, you come back clean.
Well, that's a relief because honestly, the moment you brought it up, I was kind of freaking out.
They are pleasant that nothing has happened again. They know with especially with Professor Beers vouching for you and everything like that. That you are not under any uh, crimes. There's no crime has been committed. This is a thing that they take very seriously, just due to the fact with the what happened, that these creatures, these elder gods, are extremely dangerous, and they don't take this lightly.
Can I go to the bathroom now, please? I'd really like to not be strapped to a table anymore.
You are unchained, and then they escort you out. You guys are eventually picked up again. Um, the soldiers leave, happy with that, and the Professor Bierce. You see the cleric take away the crystal that Caradwin brought.
Is Bucky okay?
Bucky's fine, and he's released from his cage.
Then all is right in the world.
Sorry about that. It's just standard procedure when dealing with the Eldritch and the Great Old Ones and the Cosmic Horrors.
Dealing with the what and the what?
You are not until such time. You are not permitted to leave the city limits. You will be under surveillance. Um, so please, we will be in contact until things are again. Stay within the city.
And if we wanted to get in touch, do we have to go to surveillance, or is there somebody else we need to go to?
You can either come here to the library or go to the church district and look for the head priestess of Bahamut, Silver Scales.
Well, since we're going to be here a while, and you seem like a pretty smart person, do you know of a book or a play that's just known as the Lost Play?
Why, yes, I do.
My eyes suddenly go wide. Are you serious? What?
Um, yes, I believe I know what you're talking about, and I have one of the pages.
Can I read it?
No,
Can you at least explain what it is?
it is a very. I'm not sure. I'm sure Kedron told you I am a very collector of the fine arts themselves. I have been looking for this play personally as well. Um, this play was written shortly before the whole wars with the gods. Um, so it never got see to be in fruition. It was told to rumor has it was supposed to use against the gods, the elder and the eldritch. But again, it was lost to the ages. The pages have been scattered, all lost through time, but believed to be intact. And the fact that I have one, believes that the pages are still out there, just waiting to be found.
Well, maybe we can be of assistance. I don't wish to keep or own them, but if I know what I'm looking for, I can help collect the pages, learn of it, and then bring them to you.
I will. May give me a persuasion check. Uh, Perhaps, maybe. Since Keldrin is in your party and she's one of my former pupils, I have taken the liberty to watch over you at your case of what just transpired, and kind of be your liaison, so to speak.
Wait, I thought our liaison was surveillance.
No, basically, you are under my care for the time being. You will, I will tell you what you can and cannot do. But if I'm unavailable, you go to the church district and find silver scales. Um, I will, but for that play, I will look through my note. I have been looking this around. If I find any notes, and if you're willing to cooperate with what's going on, I will. We can work together.
I would love to know what was going on so we could work together on it.
Gallenford will just bow and I will gladly be helpful if I can learn more of this play. And if you have of any assistance of the Meddlers of Mischiefs, I'm sure we're for hire.
For the time being, you are all not for hire with outside of the city limits. Inside the city, if there are jobs, you're more than welcome to take.
Oh, glorious. This is quite a big city. This is still kind of new to me. You see, if it's not noticeable and I kind of remove my hat, I'm from the Feywild.
Oh, it was very obvious.
Was it the leaves falling out of my hair?
I've been there, so I know what your kind looks like. No offense.
Oh, what did you think?
Each has their moments. Each are beautiful and horrific in their own way, just like anywhere else.
This is very true. I have many tales of areas to avoid.
Well, but if you would excuse me, I do have much work to get done myself. I will be in touch. Um, Again, you are free about the city. Just don't leave. If you leave, there you will be um, arrested.
Well then, Damascus, Nix, I think we should find rooms. Um, Jason, Aiden, since Carowin has a room here already.
They will agree. I thought you guys already were setting up rooms at the crossroads.
Yes, we already made arrangements to stay there.
Nyx kind of tugs on Ceridwen's dress a little bit, or robes.
Are you all right? Did they?
And she just, if you have time, you should come see us at the inn.
I'll follow you there. I don't want to go back to the. I don't want to go back there just yet. So I'll go with you guys for a little while.
All right, you guys are free to do as you please throughout the city.
What time of day is it?
I would say this is getting probably close towards the evening, just due to the wait and everything like that you guys had to endure.
I would suggest then we all get some dinner and talk about everything that's transpired and what our plans should be moving forward.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Wherever you guys want to go. I say that. I don't think any of you know your way around this city. I'll show you some cool places.
Perfect! I'll see if I can memorize everywhere you show us.
At least we don't have a surveillance following us around.
I'm sure they're following us. They're just not being seen. What do we want for dinner, by the way? Because I know a few good places.
I think I'm up to try anything, but Nix, what do you think?
I don't really care. I just, how are you able to just jump back out of literally being stuck inside of a room for like, I don't know, 6 hours?
I was fully chained to a table.
I didn't sense any ill will from them. I trusted everything would be fine.
I don't trust them. Something doesn't sit right with me.
Honestly, Nix, after this today, I kind of agree with you. I thought I could, but now I don't know anymore. So, dinner seems like a better alternative to me than thinking about how I don't want to sleep in my own bed anymore. So,
Well, you are always welcome to stay with us. You are part of the Meddlers of Mischief. I see us all as a family now. And don't worry, Nix. Even if I was wrong on what I was thinking, I was ready to talk us out of it. That's what I do.
Is that why it took forever to get to me?
that would make a lot of sense.
My story may have been a little long-winded. My apologies.
I don't like being stuck in a room for too long.
I will remember that for future incidents.
Poor Bucky. He's traumatized.
Bucky's not too happy at what he was crammed in this small little cage. And yeah, he's feeling the same mood as you are, Nix.
Well, how about a drink? Let's all go to there's a pub not far from the university that I know of. That maybe we can go to. And I take him to a very like college town-esque bar.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like it's more like a Starbucks instead and not a?
As you take him to a popular spot, Caradwin. It's very similar to the bar like off of Fantastic Beasts, the first movie.
Yeah, all right. I like it.
There's some music going on, some seems with like jazz music and whatnot. Patrons, a lot of college students, graduates, and just other intellectuals there that have come to the university to study and do their own research. There's also other variant of people. You see, like some adventurers. You assume to be adventurers, very young kids, like they're ready to get their feet wet out into the world.
I feel older coming back here.
Caradwin, you're about the same age as everybody else, but
I am about the same age as everybody else here, but just having gone on an adventure, I feel like a step above.
Exactly.
I feel like a PhD student in an undergrad area.
You see a gnome at the bar. You recognize him. He's the regular bartender here. What can I get you?
Well,
Looks like you've been through a lot.
you have no idea. And we want to forget a lot tonight as well. At least I do. So I'll have whatever's strong.
Yeah, we want it wet and with a kick.
Also,
Yeah, there you go.
Also, you guys have been instructed for me not to discuss what has transpired with all of you. You can't go around publicly and say what happened. Coming up, he snaps his fingers. 4 shot glasses come down, and a bottle of clear liquid pours into each of them. And he looks at you, Caradwin. If you would had a regular drink here, what type of drink would you have that would be a regular, your go-to drink?
Ooh, go-to drink. Caradwin is big on imperial stouts. 100%.
Oh wow.
A dark beer. She's great when studying during the day, but every now and then she likes to party it up.
You are from you're next to a dwarven city, so yeah, that would make sense. He gets you a stout beer. You recognize the brand. It's a dwarven brand that's brewed in your hometown, and he pops the bottle and gives you a chilled glass. Damascus, what kind of drink would Damascus have?
Whiskey.
Straight whiskey. You seem more of a rougher man, not more of the finer things. Correct? Am I right?
I wasn't raised on Daisy and handshakes.
He gets out a whiskey glass. He grabs this big bottle. It's almost like it's like big as the Costco Jack Daniel's bottle, and he pours you a whiskey, a glass of whiskey with straight, no rocks. It's just warm whiskey, how I like it. Gallenford, if you were to have a drink, what kind of drink would Gallenford have on a regular?
Do you happen to have any Evermead or any grape flavored wines?
We do have some wines, yes. He snaps his fingers, and red or white?
Oh, it's gotta be red.
Three bottles come in front. He looks at you. He looks at the bottles. He grabs the one on the right, pops the cork, uh, hands you a pours a wine glass and gives it to you.
I like spin it in the glass and then kind of eye it, take a small sip, swish it around my mouth before swallowing it. I'm like, oh, this is definitely tasty.
You could tell that this is a cherry wine, like a dark cherry wine. I can't remember. Nix, how old are you?
I'm 17.
And what would you have, Miss?
Do you have anything sweet? Super sweet? Like sugary sweet?
You're one of those. He begins to put. He looks at you. I got something for you. He begins to shake up. Put some ice in, some green berries and everything like that. He gives you this apple, like an apple grape type drink. It's on ice. It's like one of those slushies, and it does have alcohol in it.
Ooh.
And you all
Never
know,
had alcohol before.
and Caradron, you know that the shots that he's giving you of the clear shots, it makes you laugh after you drink them.
Everybody needs to have one of those. Absolutely.
Damascus will hold up the shot of laugh, and he'll say, "To the meddlers of mischief."
To the meddlers!
To the mighty meddlers of mischief.
The M&Ms.
To the M, to the M, to M.
We all have to lower our hands so Nyx can reach.
Aiden, he's Aiden and Jason are there as well. They're taking a shot, and you all down the shot, and you all immediately get off a laugh.
It's even more funny because your laugh is so sing-songy.
Tee.
Oh man, good times.
Aiden, you see Aiden after Aiden drinks. Jason, he's kind of sitting to himself a little bit. He's just kind of sitting there contemplating what he wants to do. But you see Aiden. Aiden is. You see him after he drinks his shot, his drink. He is double fisting two more.
Whoa, take it easy there. Don't want to end up like Damascus did that one night.
And they're all two different drinks. I'm going off his character sheet. He likes to. I remember saying he likes to drink and eat different things.
Oh yeah, he wants to try everything.
Yes. Oh no, that's going for his character sheet.
Damascus will sit next to it, and he goes, "Whoa, hold on. You can't just down him. You gotta savor him."
I have a weakness for the new intoxicants and other pleasures of this land. So yeah, he's tasting and he's.
Damascus is gonna stop him, and he's gonna go, "This like this. Let me show you how to drink." He's gonna down it, and basically he's just gonna sit there and like breathe out. He's like, "You gotta savor it. Make it last a minute so you get all the textures."
And he does. I mean, he's not. He likes trying new things, but if you're teaching him how to drink these drinks, he will listen to you.
And I think we start going off on like trying drinks and like finding out what his taste is. Like, ooh, that one was good. And he goes, "Well, you like that one? Well, then you should try this one."
Yeah, and you guys and then the gnome gives you each a Jaeger bomb. If you I forget what's in a Jaeger bomb. I know Jägermeister.
This is fantasy. It's whatever you want,
Yeah.
Chris.
So it's like now, and the gnome's like he gives you each. What you do, you take the shot and drop it in the glass, and then you chug. First one to finish wins. The gnome's kind of egging you guys on, trying to have some fun.
Damascus is in.
I'm usually used to slow drinking as I look at the. I'm like fancy drinking the wine. I guess I'll give it a shot.
Oh, you want one too? Keldrin, you know exactly what's going on. This is definitely a college. This is a college town, so the gnome is trying to get a drinking contest going.
I like how Nyx had like half a drink and she's already coughing.
It's very potent.
Damascus is heavily into this drinking contest.
All right. On when I say go, go, and you each take a shot and you begin to chug. Give me a Constitution check, Damascus. See who wins. This is just straight up Constitution. Oh. So you guys finish right at the exact same time. Or no, you two, but Gallenford, you just kind of you let your throat relax and it kind of just goes down.
Pull the Legolas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Damascus usually just takes shots. He doesn't do all this fancy stuff.
Next, as the night goes on, after you finish your one, you are handed another by the gnome.
Huh. Didn't even feel it. As she starts like toddling around.
Yep.
Now, before the young one gets drunk, we should really discuss what's the next plan for the mighty meddlers of mischief.
Well, first off, I'm definitely on my third one at least, and I haven't eaten in a while, so
You
I don't
guys, with all this drinking, without so much food, you are happy. You are very happy.
Barkeep, what's on the menu? I'm hungry.
Oh, the usual fried foods.
Yeah, let's get a plate for each of us of whatever that is.
I'll
That
get you a
sounds
bucket.
even better.
Yeah, and we want food on the plate and in the buckets. We don't want just plates.
That bucket sound great, actually.
As you guys are drinking, getting your worries out, you went through a rough day after all the interrogation. A bucket of chicken wings and a bucket of fries come out.
Hell yeah.
This brings back memories.
Stuffing my mouth with fries, and I kind of look like Bucky right now. If he was a chipmunk.
And a bowl of roasted nuts. A variety of nuts come out for Bucky.
Bucky's like, yes, and
And
he starts eating.
and you notice next that the gnome was actually slipped Bucky a bowl of seems to be some sort of brown liquid, and Bucky was drinking it, and Bucky is drunk.
Oh no!
You taste it. And next after a taste you kind of down it. It's like a roasted hazelnut chocolate liquor.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That does sound really good. I'll
So,
have
I
what the
mean-
squirrel's having.
So, I mean, what do we do now that we killed the dragon? Where do we go from here? Every time Damascus like finishes a chicken wing, he tries to like shoot it into the dumpster.
Give me a dex check with disadvantage. Okay, you are getting some in, but you have to like grab onto your you have to grab onto your forearm to aim because the dumpster won't stop moving.
Oh, I don't care where it lands. I'm just throwing it.
Is there a piano in this tavern? Because I want to have Bucky jump all over it.
There is no piano, but there are still people playing some jazz music.
Okay.
Well, we definitely need a theme song. As I'm listening to the jazz, and I start kind of trying to hit a tune along with it to see if I can come up with a little theme for the group. What do you guys think of this?
It's really hard to hear what you're playing over what everybody else is playing, I'll be honest, but I think it sounds great.
You know, a lot of these folks have got shitty hands. I mean, how are they supposed to learn what the real life is like if they don't get out and do stuff? Gertrude, do they even do anything besides read books?
Absolutely not. That's why
They
I
have
left.
PE.
And actually, PE is not a requirement at universities unless you choose to do it. And most of us do not. There are a few sports, but not many. That's why I had to get out. I had to go and see. I had to see the world.
Yes,
I still have
and
dainty hands,
and living life is how you learn from it. You hear that, slackers? You gotta put down them books and learn things yourself.
Damascus, give me an intimidation check.
Can I give him advantage on that? Can I help him out? Can I start shouting with him?
Yes.
I start doing minor image behind him, making it look like his, like, somebody, like, he has two people there. There's two Damascuses now.
Oh Lord. You hear Karen, you hear the gnome. Oh no, not again. You see some Damascus. You see some students get up and approach you. Now listen here, you dumb drunk old man. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just a little simpleton.
I'll suddenly go into a quicker elaborate story about how the man they're calling a simpleton helped slay a giant dragon. And as I'm explaining this, I'll strum my lute to show a little image, since that's the lute has that magical ability.
And
A mini image of him jumping towards a dragon's chest and stabbing it with the axe.
oh, shut up, Bar. You don't even cast real magic.
Oh, I'll show you real magic compared to what you do. He's way better. Do a thing. Do a thing, Callanford. Cast a.
Oh, should I turn into a bear?
Turn into a bear.
I'll stand up and I'll spin
Oh, Jesus.
and I'll let the cape suddenly shift into a different form to look like I just made it change.
Nick, you do that. Nix, you turn into a bear, and then as you all get into a brawl.
I'm glad nobody in this party has common sense.
Aiden and Jason just kind of sits in the corner, separating from you guys, like I am not part of them. Aiden definitely jumps in. And
Listen,
now
I cast mage armor for a reason. I'm jumping in too.
and now you all hear the other bards play Ballroom Blitz.
Nice.
Bar fights are not my thing, so I just go into dodging, and then I hear the song. I'm like, oh, this is kind of catchy. I'm gonna have to learn this tune.
The night goes on. You the one thing leads to another. The bar you all wake up in the bar with your compatriots, the people you have been fighting with, kind of like they were drunk too, and they're like, and so you're kind of cuddling with. It's all one big pile of students and everything like that. You see the gnome wiping down, cleaning up. This this has definitely not been the first time that this has happened.
Damascus will wake up and see how they fared.
Give me an intelligence check. See if you can remember. It's about 50-50. I mean, they were just as drunk as you guys are, but you were kind of outnumbered. But you all
I assume it was like 3-1.
Yep. Good morning. Y'all had a fun night.
I think we all needed that.
He hands you a glass full of raw eggs.
Why it's always raw eggs.
And you know what this is, Damascus. This is a hangover cure.
Yeah. Best get a few more of them ready. I'm sure the rest of them will be stirring up soon.
Oh, it depends on the person. I assumed this is your cure. I'll get some wake up juice for the bear.
Oh yeah. There was a bear in that. Damascus will down his eggs and he'll kind of like go around and start helping to clean up the bar.
Alright, you guys eventually all wake up one by one, all hangovered and drunk and sore.
Damascus is nursing a black eye.
Damascus, you see in Nick and Bucky's, Bucky has the hiccups, but you also see that Bucky has an ear.
Oh no, Bucky! Bucky!
Oh my god, Bucky is our Groot.
Oh no! That immediately gets me out of bear form, and I'm like, oh no, what have I done? Bucky!
Am I still seeing things?
No, I think he actually took an ear. Well, maybe we should put that on ice. I don't know if it's too late for that, but
I immediately checked to make sure I have both my ears.
You have both your ears.
oh my god, do I have both of my ears?
You have both of your ears.
Thank God.
You look around and you see one of the drunkards that started the fight with you guys. He's missing an ear.
Oh my god. I take the ear, and then, does anybody have any glue?
I think you need something stronger than just glue.
And then I just put it in his hand. Nobody has to know.
He's still out drunk, so...
Wait, slip it in someone's mouth. That way it'll look like he bit it off.
Actually,
That
that's a
is a
really funny idea.
brilliant idea.
Just don't ask how I learned that.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna ask later, but maybe not here. Well, I think we should go maybe before everybody else wakes up, just in case.
What's the damages? And by that I mean how much were the drinks last night?
Two golds apiece, and we'll call it good.
I'll give him 5 gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him 3 gold. I'm gonna give him 3 gold.
And just remember, if you need any adventures for work, remember to call on the Meddlers of Mischief.
Oh, your meddlers, all right, and you do cause mischief. However, I do take blame. I did kind of instigate. You guys seemed like a fun group, so
Oh, believe me, last night was fun.
It was very fun.
all right. So basically now, uh, you're not allowed to leave the city. So basically, what I want you guys have downtime. So is there anything you would like to do during this downtime?
Well, we do have to discuss what just happened to us, so we're probably gonna have to head back to the inn at least, maybe converse in one of our rooms or something.
Don't worry, Nix. When you get older, this will be a common occurrence.
I don't know if I want this to be a common occurrence.
Yeah, Nick,
My
you got
head hurts.
yeah, you got a splitting headache, and so does Bucky.
It's okay. It's a choice.
So, Gallifrey would definitely kind of mention a logo for our group while advertising the Mighty Meddlers of Mischief, and I'll kind of show them designs of 3Ms for our logo and stuff like that, and then just mention us traveling around facing other threats and monsters as an option as long as everyone wishes to stick together.
I mean, I
do
love
think
the idea.
I do think we work together well.
I just don't know when we're gonna be allowed to leave the city again. Which that's
Oh,
on me.
don't
I
worry.
apologize.
Don't worry, they'll be hiring us for jobs soon enough. Just you wait. I
Well, I
will.
know that I'm meant to be the optimist, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
Well,
Okay, Nix. 2 Gold says someday they'll hire us for a job.
Alright, someday's
feel like-
very vague.
I feel like more they're gonna blackmail us into helping them. I don't know. That's just my thought.
well, if we're stuck in the city, we might as well explore.
Yes, plus, maybe if I can help show that we are some help to them, he'll be more inclined to help show me more of that play. Which is definitely one of the things I'll probably do on my downtime, eventually going back here and there to talk to that professor about the lost play.
Damascus will wrap her arm around Galliford and Carrigan goes, "Sick, come on. We just defeated a dragon. Let's just treat this as like a vacation."
Yeah, fair enough. I think we've earned one.
Come on, let's enjoy ourselves.
And then I'm gonna look around just to make sure that Jason and Aiden are still with us all after that bar fight.
Aiden is with you. However, Jason, as much as he enjoys your company, he, as soon as he can, he is going to, once he gets permission to leave, he's going to head straight back to Aeolipoli. He will definitely be keeping in touch when he can. But he wants to get there and study and begin working on his goal.
Maybe he'll finally finish that gnome machine thingy.
Oh, we sad to see you leave. I mean, you did get your finishing blow on the dragon.
That was
By the way,
Aiden. Aiden goes, that was me
oh, that's right.
with the lightning bolt.
Well, but until you're allowed to leave, you're stuck with us, and I say we make the most of it. Kerdrin, where's some things to do? Show us about the city. We only made it to the one bar.
That's true.
As you ask that question, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. I gotta use the restroom.
Sounds good. All right.
Peace out, leaving home just to change.
I think we're just waiting on Damascus.
Here.
All right. A quick sound check. Caradwin,
I am here.
Damascus,
Here.
Galliford,
Here.
Nyx.
Here.
All right. As you were, Caradwin, you said you were going to show him around town.
Yeah, I'll take him to all the fun sites. See if there's anything interesting going around town. Yeah, just kind of give him the grand tour from everything that I can.
And I'll actually remember something and look at my kind of messed up hat from the very beginning. And Caradwin, do you know anywhere that might sell nice looking hats like this? I mean, you know how this used to look before everything.
Oh my god, I can't think of the name of what a place that makes hat is. I know there's a specific name for it, but I can't think of it. But yes, I know of a few places. Or at least one. It's a general fashion store.
Higher
That
end
implies
clothing and
clothes.
stuff will be sold up in the upper district.
And I'll show Gallenford that place. Anybody else have anything they want to see?
Hmm.
I mean, lead on.
I'm trying to think of anything.
Also, thank you, Nix, for posting the word haberdashery in chat. I appreciate that.
I honestly did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, haberdasheries are specifically places that make hats. It's great. Such a good word.
I didn't know that either.
All right, yeah, Caradwin, you would know of a haberdashery that would probably fit Gallenford's needs up in the upper district.
I had to get my cool wizard's hat somehow. This is the place to do it.
Do we need to find Nix a hat?
I mean, we definitely could.
You enter the the small little bell. Ching. Yes, how can I help you?
Well, hello there. I'm looking for something that looks like this, but obviously nicer, as this one has a few burns in it.
So you're looking to replace?
Yes. I gotta keep the gold feather at least, but yes, I definitely need something nicer.
Custom or pre-made?
Ooh, what does your custom entail?
What do you want?
Oh, I do have that nice. No, I should maybe just black, but maybe a gold lining and a gold buckle.
She follow me, and she she leads you to her back with a bunch of mirrors. It's an older human lady. She seems like she's been doing this for a while. She sits you down on a stool, pulls out some tape, measures your head, takes all the measurements, and then she begins to bring out examples of kind of. One looks like an old pilgrim's hat, and she shakes her head no. One looks like Abe Lincoln stovetop hat. No. One looks like a big old sombrero. No. But eventually she finds one that she thinks that it looks good on you. You try to get a word in, but she tells you she's like shush as she's working.
Every hat that she says no to Gallenford, Damascus has Nix try.
So she finds a hat that looks good, a hat example that looks good on you. She takes down the notes, and she goes, "You'll come back in 1 week."
Okay. Very well. How much?
You come back in 1 week.
Okay.
Um, anyone else?
I want a hat for my squirrel. He deserves a hat.
She looks at Bucky. What kind?
I think he'd look very dashing with the top hat.
She grabs Bucky out of your hands, sets him on the stool. Bucky has this worried look, like what's about to happen. She looks at him square and don't move. She goes in the back and brings out these little hats. They look like hats for dolls. And she begins to position him on his head. Trying to figure out which one the one that looks good on Bucky. Eventually, though, if you are very adamant on a top hat, that's because that's what she brought out. She finds a nice top hat for Bucky, and places it on his head. She kind of positions it so it kind of doesn't fall off, and Bucky kind of moves around and doesn't fall off his head.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh, and for me, maybe something kind of like a headband, but obviously this is a hat shop, so maybe they don't have anything like that. But it has like little flowers on it.
We don't have that here. Sorry, we sell hats.
I'll look elsewhere then. But how much for the hat?
2 silver.
Okay. Answer the 2 silver.
Yeah, I mean this. Even though it's for a small hat, this is a fancy place.
It's well made.
Yep.
Don't worry, Nix. Maybe I can craft a headband for you.
So she comes up to you, Damascus, and looks at your hat.
Can I help you?
It's dirty. Give it.
No, it's fine.
Give it. She begins to reach for your hat.
No, hands off, lady. No one touches this hat but me. And he will place a hand
Wait.
on it.
Does Mascus have a bald spot on the top of his head? Is that what you're hiding? Your head? Your
Oh my god.
I clean. Give it. It's dirty.
No, it's fine, dirty. It's well worn.
I'm trying to take the hat from him too. I want to see if he has hair underneath there.
Damascus, give me a dexterity saving throw as two people are trying to grab for your hat.
What is going on here? A dexterity save?
Yeah. Or how about this? Since Nyx is trying to grab it, you each give me. This will be a contest. Each of you will give me a dex contest. So just dex.
Dang it! I'm too short.
Okay, hold on. I gotta bring up an old lady. So just a commoner.
Oliver, give me a boost.
Oh.
I
Okay,
feel attacked right now.
Hold on. I gotta edit. Because advantage toggle with rolls. I did beat you, Damascus, but I'm gonna. Nope. Oh wait, no, that's initiative. Sorry.
We're fighting. I can do this.
Nope. Okay. You are too tall, and
I'm holding the old lady away with my foot, and I'm holding Nyx away with my hand. And then he goes, I don't need this. I'm going outside.
well, fine then. And
I
then
can fix my own hat, thank you.
Caradron, she turns to you. Do you want new school hat?
No, I'm totally fine with this. Still in good shape.
Anybody else? If not, I got work to do.
I guess I'll be back in a week. By the way, what is your name?
Menda.
Oh, that's an amazing name. I will remember it. And I'll kind of give a bow before leaving.
All right, you guys exit the shop. What would you like? What would you like to do next? So basically, you guys have a lot of downtime. What would you guys like to do in the city? Tell me what you want to do.
Well, I figured Caradwin is just gonna show us around to all like the tourist spots.
Yeah, I mean that'll definitely be the first day.
We
But
get
after
another portrait done, like an actual portrait instead of a caricature.
Have we ever sat down for a portrait before?
That's true. That's true.
Okay,
We had
Caradwin,
one done. Well, it was the goof one, though.
when was that?
That was in the other town because Galliford then tried to recreate it, but only was able to do stick figures.
So is that what you guys want to do? Go get a caricature done?
I
Or
want
an
an actual portrait.
Yeah, an actual portrait.
sure we can do that. I mean that'll probably take a while.
I mean, we got time.
Do you got the money
That's true. Do we have the money
I don't know.
for
I don't know
that?
how much that is.
for a portrait?
That's probably quite expensive.
Sounds like we have like a little over a week here, so we have a couple of things we could be doing.
I mean, what are the highlights of the city?
Good question. What are the highlights of the city?
Well, the church district and the university are two of the biggest things. Old Town is where all the majority of the common and worker folk do live. There are a variety of guilds down there, bars, and that Old Town will be has a little more entertainment than the Upper District. The Upper District is definitely more spacious and where all majority of the nobles live. And beyond that is the palace, and there are up in the palace. On the outside, you can think of it as like you're going to Buckingham Palace. They do have some areas where people can view the artwork and the sculptures and everything like that, but you can't go inside the palace itself.
And those are our options.
Again, tell me what you want to do, and I will do my best to make it happen.
So one thing I think Damascus would think would be cool is to go back to the Monster Hunters Guild and maybe see if they can teach him like how to like properly tan monster hides, like more exotic things that he's never skinned before.
Okay.
Cause that just sounds awesome, crafting items out of monster hides and stuff.
So you want to learn a little more leather work type deal.
Yeah, it's kind of like I want to intern at the Monster Hunters Guild.
Okay.
Other than trying to speak with that professor about the lost play,
Oh
I
yeah,
think
there is a theater here, like a amphitheater and whatnot for plays and such.
I was gonna say I'd like to see if there's like a theater or a bar somewhere where I could try to do my storytelling to earn some extra cash for the group.
Okay. Caradwin?
I think for as much of the downtime as she can, I want to go talk to my mentor a little bit more about what he can talk about now that I have more information about like the weird cosmic horror stuff, and see if maybe I can read any of his books. If not, see what studying I can do at the university library. Bits
Okay.
and pieces that I can find.
And Nix, what would you like to do during downtime?
Well, I'm making our own portrait, and I go buy painter supplies and like the canvas as well,
Okay.
and then I'm working on that. At 60.
All right. Yeah, you could definitely find some art stuff. So Caradwin and Gallenford, Aiden. Jason will probably go to. Jason will probably go to the inn. Aiden will probably. What would Aiden do? He would probably go to different inns and try the food.
Yeah, he's bar hopping.
He's being a foodie right now. Yeah, he's bar hopping. Damascus, you make it to the hunter, the guild. I do. I came up. Okay, I gotta find my notes. But you come to the guild, and you are greeted again by a bunch of monster hunters and stuff like that. Back again so soon?
Well, of course.
Your stuff isn't done yet.
Oh, that's fine. I'm actually curious about the process, if you don't mind me taking a peek.
Guys are looking to learn.
Of course. Who wouldn't want to learn this stuff?
Well, what are you wanting to learn exactly?
Oh, well, would be helpful to know the proper way of doing things.
Well, it depends on the creature. Now, what kind of I need a little more specific because there's different process for different things.
Well, he'll say, just like start at the beginning, like small things, and work our way up, I guess. He doesn't have anything specific in mind.
Okay. But you said you wanted to do more leather tanning, right?
Yeah, basically just like expanding on his own leather working.
Okay. So what kind of creatures would you like to learn how to tan better? beasts, like beasts, dragons. Basically, what kind of leather work are you wanting to learn?
Uh, I don't know what types there are.
Well, when you look at the monster subtypes,
Well, let's just go with dragons then. Show me what I did wrong. Show me what I did right with the stuff we brought in.
okay. So you want to so he's gonna he takes you through the process of. He's gonna take you through the process. He starts off by showing you how to skin a wyvern. Wyverns are the one of the more common types of dragons. But during your downtime, you're gonna this takes more than one day to learn. So this is what you're gonna focus on learning about how to harvest a dragon and tan it and everything. Correct.
Yes.
Okay, Nyx. Easy enough. You find your paint. Are you wanting somebody to teach you, or are you just gonna learn on your own?
You know me. I'm gonna do everything myself first before
Okay.
I try to look for help.
Okay. So you get some basic art supplies. Let me see. How much that is. Oh, wrong one. Painter supplies. There's actually I wish they'd give me a gold amount. All right, yeah, you spend 10 gold and you get a basic easel. You know, I'm drawing a blank on what a canvas and some paints.
Yeah. I'm gonna try my best to draw the group.
All right, give me a dex check using painter tools, painter supplies.
Okay. Right, I'm just gonna do a regular base because I have no proficiencies in that. So I'm literally just going in blind.
Painter supplies include an easel, canvas, paints, brushes, charcoal sticks, and a palette. So.
Nope.
All right. It takes practice. You get close, but you keep at it.
Yeah.
Damascus, you are told that because you're not necessarily a guild member, this will cost you to learn how to for your lessons.
That's okay. Everyone's got to eat.
I'll give you a gold piece a price later. Caradwin and Galliford, you make your way back to the university. What would you like to do here, Galliford? Or basically, you're only basically allowed in the library section at the on the lower level. Caradwin, you have access to the lower and the mid level. But as you're walking through Caradwin, you do see students kind of watch you and whisper and whatnot as you're walking by with Galliford.
Oh, Jesus, what is it this time? Oh, you think it's the bar fight? That would be hilarious. It's
Or
not,
they,
I can guarantee you, but it would be funny.
or maybe they've just heard the tales of the Meddlers of Mischief.
That would be cool too. Well, let's see if we can find our way to Professor Bierce's, if he's available.
Lead the way.
You enter the library and um, so do you wish to go up to, he's not standing behind on the librarian podium area.
Sorry, could you say that again?
He's not where where the librarian sits and does the work whatnot. He's not there. That's where he usually is
Okay.
on most days. But there's an assistant there, a fellow classmate. You've been there before, so it's not uncommon for somebody to take over as the librarian position for the time when the professor's not around.
Excuse me. Would you happen to know when Professor Bierce is going to be back? Or available, if he is available.
He's up in his office.
Great, I guess I can just head there then. Galliford, are you coming with me?
Of course. Thank you.
They go back to their reading.
All right, I'll head up to the office.
Right, you make your way to the third floor of this of the library, and you obviously know where the office is.
Yeah, is the door unlocked, or do I need to knock? I'll knock first.
It's
just in case.
closed, so it's always polite to knock.
Yeah, I'll knock first.
The door opens, and Professor Bierce is standing there. Oh, can I help you, Caroline?
Yeah, me and Galliford figured since we're going to be stuck in the city, maybe there's more we can learn, something we can do. Anything
Regarding
we could chat about.
what happened?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd like some answers, if possible.
And
It feels
anything
like
I
I'm
can
already-
do to assist in exchange for learning about that lost play as discussed.
So yes, the lost play is actually important to Galliford as well.
Please come in. Let me pour you some tea.
You're not gonna lock the doors on us again, are you?
The door closes, and he casts a spell on it.
Yeah, that was a bad joke. So, poorly timed.
Oh, was that why my compass did not work in here?
No, your compass doesn't work in here due to other wards.
Oh,
You can't.
sure.
This, as you can tell from my collection, this place is heavily protected.
Ah, Kerwin, you're gonna have to learn some of these protection spells, or at least ways of noticing them. That way we don't walk into a trap by some dark being who also knows this stuff.
Yeah, I have a lot that I need to continue to learn.
Now, what can I help you with?
Galliford, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to...
Um, hmm. I feel like whatever we stumbled into might be darker and scarier, so I'm hoping the lost play isn't. So I guess I'll start first. Uh, is there much you can explain about that, or describe at least the page that you have?
Well, like I said, the place was lost right before the war between the gods and the cosmic horrors. Um, it was said to help, perhaps to help combat them, but again, there's such little known about it that I'm trying to dig up my own research about it. So I can only tell you so much. But why? What other than a person of the arts? What interests you so much in this?
A, I never got the person's name, but a mysterious figure had noticed my bardic talents and had just mentioned as a favor to find the lost play and see it performed. He didn't really explain what the play was or anything, but it intrigued me, so I've been trying to learn more about it and figure out what it is. You're the first real clue I've found on it.
Well, you'll find other bards at the theater. It is almost it's almost the bardic ultimate goal to find and perform the play. Being a lover of the arts, I would like to see it performed myself. I found my page through luck. Um, through my years of study and exploration, just kind of like what you're doing, Caroline, I stumbled upon it, but now I'm trying to complete it. And
Is there a way of knowing when you found a page?
it's almost like you can tell. Can't really explain, but you can tell that this is. If you're searching for it, you would know that this is it.
Does he at least show it from a distance?
You have no idea where it is. He's you don't you're kind of looking around, kind of looking for it. You don't see it.
Is it legible to you? I mean, are you able to at least say what whatever page you found, what's on that one page?
It's through study. It's a very old language. I was able to transcribe it.
On the off chance that I end up finding the other pages, can you tell me what you transcribed?
You want him to tell you what's on the page?
Yeah, if that makes him feel better by not actually physically pulling it out and showing me.
Give me a persuasion check. I'm. He kind of sits there. He's contemplating. It doesn't totally make a whole lot of sense because I don't have the rest of the play. But all I can say is what I've shared with the other the head bot at the theater, for those of us who have come and ask and whatnot, it just talks. It seems to be talking about a city. I don't know what. I don't have the rest of the information.
No city name?
No.
Well, I know you are very protective of it and you do not know me well enough. Maybe in time we can prove our worth to earn the right to see this page. Especially if by performing this play you say it helps to combat the Eldritch, which I believe is something we may have stumbled into.
Well, that's only the theory. I mean, it's an old play, and from what my notes, I mean, anything could have happened. You know, there are so many rumors or whatnot. It could be anything.
I've learned that many old tales have many truths to them, even when they seem very far-fetched. But you have given me more clues. I do plan to play at the theater. I can also find out what some of the other bards know, so thank you.
Oh, I wish you luck playing at the theater. I mean, the theater is one of those like those very high end opera theaters. So you like a troupe or whatnot. So a nobody coming off the street saying, "Hey, I want to play," is gonna. He's kind of like, good. I wish you luck on that. Kildren, you had some questions.
I mean, yeah, I have a lot of questions. But I suppose the real first question is, how much information can you give about all this?
Well, this is obviously, again, you are no under trouble. This is just a standard procedure. If you were truly worshipping or the Eldritch, we would have taken care of it before you've had a chance.
I'm not talking about our situation as it is now. I'm talking about the Eldritch itself. I can't just go about not knowing more about what I encountered.
Well, as you know, through your history class, there was a war between the gods and the Eldritch and the old ones. The war nearly destroyed this plane itself and shuttered the astral sea and the cosmos. It was that much. Many gods have lost their lives, and many of the Eldritch horrors have been destroyed as well. But some still live. Some have escaped. Is there anything specifically you wish to know?
Yeah, where are these things at? As I said, I woke up kind of in a seemingly enclosed space, but I don't know. It didn't feel like it was part of this plane. Do they have their own space of existence?
They do. Depends on which one you are talking about. Each one has their own plane.
Well, so the Mind Flayer, for example, if he had a piece of this Cthulhu with him, where would that? What is the most likely place that he would have come from?
Well, it is said that Cthulhu currently resides in the ancient city of Atlantis, currently guarded by Tiamat. He was defeated and, and imprisoned there. Tiamat and Poseidon. Poseidon lost his was lost his life, but in doing so sealed away Cthulhu inside the city of Atlantis. What you described to me is that you don't. You probably were inside the mind of Cthulhu himself.
Oh. What? How does that make sense? So I brought a personality, a piece of his subconscious, over?
It seems like that, yes.
I don't even know where to begin questioning that.
I don't know how, but
Well, what about the mask? I checked it, and there was no magical property to it, which is confusing to me, because clearly it was able to do something.
the mask is more is a ritual. It only activates when Cthulhu is known as the sleeping god. The where's my notes? Okay. Oh, no. Okay. He currently he drives madness through dreams. So by sleeping near the mask, it must have reached out to you in some way, and somehow you got a connection to it. It was trying to draw you in, but it apparently succeeded. So when you were asleep, it attached itself. You subconsciously put on the mask, and they're transporting your mind into his.
And what about the other masks that you have? Are they like this one?
Similar, they each have their own properties. He kind of he goes through. He has several masks. They all have their own ritualistic properties. Most masks are used in rituals. That's the primary thing of masks back in ancient cultures and whatnot, and in some cultures today. You know, as shamans of tribes and whatnot use wear masks in their healing rituals or and whatnot.
So not all of these masks connect to the Eldritch.
Oh, all of these do, yes.
Oh, great. That's okay. That's wonderful.
Each one to a specific eldritch or cosmic being.
Are these all of the masks that exist? Or
Oh, no. You must. You found it in the dragon's. The dragon must have stumbled upon it when he made the lair, the castle. Excuse me. Its lair. So it's just coincidence that you have stumbled upon it as well.
Gallenford's eyes suddenly go wide listening to this as he's kind of taking notes about the whole Atlantis and everything. But that last statement, and then remembering what happened with the head, Gallenford's eyes go wide and he's like, oh my god, I kept saying it was being controlled. I think that thing was controlling the dragon.
Yeah, we sent a dispatchment of soldiers to where you told us that what the dragon was yesterday.
So here's maybe something of note that I don't know if it was ever mentioned. Funny thing about dragons, you know, they like to hoard a lot of items, right? They like to make gold and put it in piles and magic items and all that.
Depends on the dragon, but yes, some generally have a hoard.
This one did not have a horde of any kind. There was a chair and a mask.
That was most likely its whole. The mask itself probably it was using the dragon as a conduit or whatnot, trying to kind of like what happened to you. It was more exposed to the mask at every. As you were only exposed to it for maybe a few hours, but this one was the dragon was exposed to it for days and whatnot.
I suddenly grab Carrotwin's shoulder and I'm like, it's all making sense. We found the altar to Tiamat, and didn't the dragon go and try and destroy that thing? If this Cthulhu or whatever is being guarded by Tiamat, then it must hate her and would cause this dragon to destroy things close to it.
It's not the only altar it tried to destroy either. Didn't it also try to destroy the one, oh my god. The ice symbol, the magic god, I can't think of the name. The one that gave me the vision
Yeah,
to where
there.
the dragon...
You know, Azuriel, the god of magic and knowledge.
What
There's
does Azuriel
actually.
have to do with the Eldritch then?
Oh, back in the day, he was a mage that ascended to godhood while battling one of the eldritch beings, known as Altak Naka.
Is that spelled phonetically? Or is that a weird word?
I am posting it. The Great Old One of Secrets. This one is more of a spider-like eldritch being.
I go pale. Did you say spider?
Yes. The way some described it as a giant spider, and its eyes were seemed to be like human-like faces that would protrude or just be underneath its skin and glow as eyeballs. It's very a horrific thing. It has his own domain, and he actually pulls out a mask, almost like a spider-like mask with small little human faces.
Gallifrey immediately ducks behind the chair.
Yes. This eldritch creature would go and collect secrets and knowledge for himself and destroy it so that it cannot be used against them. And he very much of a hoarder. So Azuriel confronted him and battled him and defeated him. Now, it's not said that he destroyed him, it just said he defeated him. So it is our deity's current goal is that's why there's a worship to him, to help preserve and spread knowledge. He is still trying to figure out a way to get that lost knowledge back from Altak Naka.
Right. Well, Jesus, I'm not even sure what else to ask now.
Given the current situation, I have asked, try to get permission from the headmaster, and from the other members, the Emperor and Silver Scales. I have a feeling that this. It may be just a coincidence, it may be not, but I will keep you informed, Keldrin, and allow you to help research if need.
That would be fantastic. Is there any? Is there any?
But under my supervision, of course.
That'd be great. Is there anything I could look at now? Any books? Any other studies,
I'm
research?
I'm still waiting to hear back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Obviously. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
Um, I do have a question. I kind of peek over the chair just to make sure you put the mask
He,
away.
he, he put the mask away behind the glass case.
I'll sit back. I'll like brush myself off and sit as if nothing happened. Um, in case these things are aware that we may have foiled their plans, considering we killed the dragon that they were probably controlling, do you know of anything that might give us an edge in defending ourselves against them?
These all beings are each represent a form of madness, and they all resemble that of the mind. So something to perhaps protect yourself through psychic links and scrying. That would be useful. These things primarily target the mind over anything else. Some more than others.
I just look at Caradwin. Um, well, I'm definitely gonna try to earn some more money for us, cause it sounds like we might need to invest in some type of magical item that helps shield our minds.
I think we should maybe look for some work while we're here in the city. I do have one last question.
Yes.
If this creature, this Cthulhu, can invade your dreams, what would be powerful enough, or what kind of creatures would be able to hold it at bay from your dreams internally?
Only if you have a direct link to it. But it can reach out to certain individuals if it chose to try
Well, I
to
know
spread its influence.
the creature can, but what sort of thing can maybe I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. So there are magic items that we can find that try to help it, but is there another is it possible for a creature to intervene in it trying to reach out to you in your dreams? If that makes sense. I don't know if that question makes sense.
If another creature is trying to to protect you,
Yes.
it is possible if you have some sort of attachment to a creature, but it is all unsure. That's why I am wanting with you to study and research these things so we could learn to combat them if they ever resurface.
All right. Well, I think that's it for now. Callanford, do you have any other questions?
May I ask why?
Why me? Oh. I don't know.
I
How much?
think she's wanting to make sure that if, say, this thing does come after us and does snare her back into that space again, is there something like her familiar or whatnot that could break her free and bring her back?
Oh, with the mask underneath my protection, and unless you really go out to it, you might have some small nightmares, but I don't think you will. It will, unless you are directly at if something is directly involved. I think you will be fine at the moment.
Okay. All right. I think that about answers my question.
Mine too, and well, I know I've read a couple stories, and I'm assuming there are magical rings or trinkets that protect the mind, so I think it's just time to make some money and go buy some of those.
Yes, and those can be very expensive.
Well, I'm hoping your good luck is very helpful now, because it's either the theater or the taverns.
And Kelvin, if you cannot study again at the moment until we get permission, but if you do wish to learn more about the history of the Eldritch, of very specific ones, I am willing to let you know. That is okay, because that is again a history.
Yeah, I'll take a look at what or I'll return at some point and see what more I can learn.
Very well. All right, you exit his office, and you exit the library. You meet up with your compatriots. What do you guys wish to do?
I would fill the group in on everything, and my next plan would be to perform epic storytelling at the theater first and see how well I do to determine if I need to start doing them at the taverns.
Okay.
Hey, you want to see my progress on my painting? What do you think?
That is definitely better than what I
You
did.
can be honest.
I mean, I think it's definitely something that you've made.
So you're at the tavern, back at the crossroads.
Yeah, sure, we can head back there.
Well, that's where you guys were staying. Except if you wish to stay at your place. I mean, at the college.
I'll probably return there later.
Don't worry, I'll get better. Hopefully.
Well, they do say practice makes perfect.
Well, it all sounds like we had an eventful day.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's just say he definitely scared me with what he explained about those things.
Yeah.
So we just avoid them, I guess? If we can?
I'll be honest, I don't know if that's going to be possible.
Huh.
If you consider the fact that... It still doesn't make sense, though. If the dragon was being controlled, that's one thing. But it was dead. So how could it walk away?
We don't fully know how these things operate, especially if you described it as having like a squid-like head. It could have produced stuff if it had been experimented with, which it did look very weird and different the last time we fought it than when we first encountered it. So who knows what that thing turned into.
Jesus, I didn't even think about that.
And the fact that it wasn't directly attacking the people and probably didn't until it sensed that we were coming close to it means it may have had other plans and we just got in the way.
Are you suggesting we need to go back?
Well, they sent guards already, so we might not need to, but I think we might be a target for these things now for getting in the way, especially if it's true that this lost play may help combat them.
I'm also not sure if necessarily that fortress is where we need to go back to.
You have any suggestions?
Yeah, I do. It's not a great one, but I do. I don't know if I should say it out loud. It actually might get us arrested, so I'm gonna hold on to that for now.
Does anybody know how to do it through their minds? I don't know that spell.
I think I still have to whisper for a message. So, no, I do not.
Well, I do know when I go to the theater later tonight, I can ask the other bards, since it sounds like most bards here are aware of this lost play. If others know or have seen other pages, I might be able to get more info on what we are up against.
Oh, are you playing tonight?
Well, I gotta help get us some more money quicker until we can go back out on missions. We gotta buy something to shield our minds.
Dude, what are you performing?
I think we're gonna go with the old classic, the three stubborn orcs. And then I might lead into um, battle with the manticores.
That'll be pretty exciting.
Do you think they have a comedy night there one of these days?
You know, I'm so used to doing fairy tales and dark stories that I've never really tried comedy except for when I insult people.
You know,
Those
if
are
you get the
enemies that we
crowd-
fight.
I was gonna say, if you get the crowd involved, that could be a good way to do both comedy and insult people.
I can do some sneaky stuff if you need me to.
I'd actually really like to hear Gallenford's Tight Five. What's the deal with these dragons?
I might have to practice that before attempting that one. I'll go with classics since I'm being told that the theater is a very challenging place.
Think of the theater as like again, like where you go to see the opera and everything like that. It's a very high venue. It's not like for a local one night. Taverns will be are currently your best bet for making money, anyways.
Then it sounds like I will probably just go to the theater just to ask a few questions before going to the tavern to try and earn money.
Then in the evenings, Damascus will take some of the extra leather he has, and he'll see if he can craft Nyx a headband that she can wear.
Okay.
After whatever meal we have, I'll return back to my room at the university.
All right. Again, as you're walking back through the night in the university, you see students and other like TAs and whatnot. They're all staring and whispering and whatnot.
Great. They had to arrest me in the middle of the day, didn't they?
You kind of catch where that's basically why what happened. They're wondering what happened and why you were arrested and whatnot.
You know, you guys are free to ask questions. Don't have to just whisper behind my back. That'd be great.
They walk
If you
away.
need me, you can knock on my door. Continue heading to my room.
I am going to try to steal Damascus's hat when he's not looking.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check. This will be versus Damascus.
Like,
Passive. Which...
it's just normal because I'm only good with the stealth. Come on, roll 20. Give me something good. That's decent.
Yeah, Damascus. You see your hat kind of sliding against away from you on the table.
Oh, now I'll slide it back.
Dang it.
So unfortunately, Nix, you are unsuccessful this night. Nix and Damascus, Galliford, what are you trying to play? What are you trying to do?
Is this after
This is
the
nighttime.
theater question?
Yeah, this is all nighttime. Oh wait, you would have to go in the theater, go to the theater tomorrow, the next day.
Okay, then I'll just play to see if I can garner some cash.
Okay.
I'm basically doing epic storytelling, kind of in a song form, but I'm utilizing the illusions from the lute to help tell the story, and kind of using some of the abilities of the cape to try and make everything seem very fancy.
All right. Give me a performance check. All right, all right. Yeah, you're definitely catching a crowd and people are they're listening. Damascus, you're sitting next to Nyx. You notice somebody at the bar that's been keeping an eye, that's been eyeing you, all night.
What do they look like?
A big, gruff guy, kind of like you, a farm worker, that works out in the on the fields and what on the farmland and whatnot.
And he just keeps looking at
Yeah,
me.
he's looking at you, like you know how you look at somebody like they're trying to picture, like they're like confused, trying to remember something.
I will set my work down and I'll go over and I go, can I help you?
You look familiar.
I don't seem to recall meeting you before.
I swear I've known your face.
Well, perhaps we got into it a round or two once or twice in some far off town. But that's about it.
You didn't used to run with a gang now, did you?
No. Why would you think that?
I swear I've seen you before.
And where do you think you've seen me?
That's where it is. His eyes light up. I know who you are. You're the...
Straight-
Is going to kind of look around and be like, where'd Damascus go? She's just kind of talking a lot since she's by herself now.
You're the breaker.
how do you know me by that name?
I knew it. You are.
Well, that was a while ago. I put that behind me.
Does everybody know who this is? And you can tell he's actually been drinking as well. He's slurring his words. He's the breaker.
Yes, thanks for telling the party. Now I think you might have had enough to drink tonight, friend.
I have. You are. I know you are.
Yes, I think you've had enough tonight.
He's a criminal.
I'm gonna try and start pushing it, taking him towards the door.
What are you doing? I haven't finished my drink.
Yes, you have, friend. Yes, you have.
I'm just keeping a close eye while I continue playing.
He's not to be trusted. He'll break you.
Now I'm gonna just try to take him outside.
All right, easy enough. You are able to shove him outside.
Then I'll just take him to an alley and I'll basically shove him down and I'll say, I don't know what you heard, but stop spreading rumors. It ain't true, and I won't stand for it.
But you used to break horses.
I did, and I hope to once again. It's a business. This needs to be done for this people. All that other nonsense. It's lies, and I won't stand for it.
Bleh. He throws up on you.
Now listen, you've had a lot to drink. I think it's time for you to hit the sack before you do something you'll regret. Do you understand me?
Give me an intimidation check.
I'm going to use my inspiration on this.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he kind of gets up and he starts kind of running down the alley. Next, you see Damascus there standing in the alley alone. As you round the corner, you see the other guy running away.
Damascus? What is he talking about?
Damascus will wipe his brow and he goes, Nothing. He's drunk. Thought I was someone else. Come on, let's go back inside. Galliford hasn't finished his set yet.
He seemed pretty sure of himself.
They always are when they're that drunk. Believe me, I've known more than a few.
Okay. She just kind of looks at him doubtfully, but she's just gonna let it go for now.
Damascus will go back and basically have Nick sit down. He goes, "Here, let me try this on," and he'll he'll put the headband on. And he's like, "Needs to be a little bit bigger." 1 second.
All right. The night goes on. Gallantford, you get your performance in. Um, Nyx, you're confused and unsure about what just transpired. Damascus, you focus on her headband.
And he's like very focused, deep in thought.
Did I make a killing tonight?
You got some coin. Um, you earn about 8 silver pieces.
Oh, that's gonna take longer than I thought.
Nyx is gonna smile wryly and be like, well, I mean, I'm not much of a bard, but maybe I can do like ventriloquism with my squirrel.
What are you talking about, Nick? You're gonna sell your art for millions.
I mean, I can be a jack of all trades. Maybe.
You do have potential. You're still young.
And then she tries to be like, I think so too. But it just kind of looks like off because Bucky's not having any of it.
Bucky's doesn't like the idea of being used as a puppet. Morning comes. The next day, you guys again are there for a very long time. You guys are working on your downtime activities. So Damascus, you're working on your leather working skills. Nyx, you're trying to work on some painting. Gallantford, you are trying to make some extra cash while going to the to the theater to try to find more information about what other people may know about the play Caradwin. You are trying to get as much history and research as you can about these eldritch beings that have now entered your life. Essentially, caught your attention. Is there anything specific you wish to do? Let's say it's the next day. What is there anything you wish to do the next day?
I think I'm gonna go follow Gallantford. I'm kind of curious about this theater.
Okay.
One thing I would do, just so I know what price goal we need to aim for, is stop by a shop that has like magical jewelry or anything that might have the capabilities to do mind shielding, and just find out how much they run, just so we know what to aim for.
Well, there is different things to protect your mind. There are things to prevent scrying, and there are things like that there's There is a ring known as the Ring of Mind Shielding that will fit majority of what you want, but that still will allow creatures to scry on you. But it protects your mind from most things.
Okay, I would definitely memorize the price on that as just in case.
A base ring would cost. Let's see here. About 500 gold pieces for one ring.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to play a lot. This is definitely gonna require some missions.
You could definitely do that. I mean, you're not allowed to leave the city limits, but there are always bounties in the city that you guys can do as well.
Oh, that is a good point. I will probably, after we meet up again tonight, after going to the theater and then playing, I'll bring that up to the group to see if we want to look at any bounties within the city.
All right. So you and Nyx head your way to the theater. It's this massive building. You see people outside, very dressed. This is up in the upper district, nicely dressed. There's no shows going on tonight, but you could definitely try to see if there's anybody around inside to talk to. There's always the troop leader. He's always one of the he's one of the people that's always around and has shows and whatnot and plays when they're ready.
Whoa, this place is huge. Wonder what kind of plays they put on here.
And on the outside, you see the classical smiley face, frowny face masks.
Well, let's find out as I spot the troop leader from a distance. Hello there.
So you walk in.
Yes.
Okay, you walk in and you ask around to find out where he is.
Oh, okay.
Yes. How can I help? He kind of looks you guys up and down. Yes.
It's nice to see a fellow bard. Normally from the Feywild, so probably a different style than what's done in the capital. I heard that you may have information about the lost play.
Well, it's just a legend, but everybody is looking for it. That damned sorcerer won't let us look at the piece that he has, even though it should be ours, not his. It is not his duty to make sure it is ours, or it is mine.
So then none of you have gotten any information from him about it or found any of the pages?
Oh, finding the pages? No. I don't know how that bollocks has gotten one, but we are always in search for it. That's why we perform here. We travel. We only talk to high society.
Do you have an idea of what to look for?
If I did, I surely wouldn't tell someone like you.
Well, I was under the impression that all of us bards worked together and spoke in stories and songs. Do you all not do that on this plane of existence?
Oh, I'm sure you lowly ones are, but I am I only perform for the high end, and you are obviously not.
Well, then you do not have a good eye, as in the Feywild, I am of a higher court. I'm sorry if my appearance until my new clothes are done does not appease you, but I'm surprised in such judgment off of looks alone.
What does the troop leader look like?
He is in a leotard. He was doing some exercises and stretches and whatnot when you approach him.
Uh huh.
He has that long, thin French mustache, a comb over, very lanky, long nose.
So as I'm now eyeing him down and realizing how you just spoke to me, if you have just this mentality of only performing and not truly getting your hands dirty by going out there and living these adventures, then you surely will not find this lost page. But maybe we can work together and I can give you that opening to have the possibility of finding such a thing.
And why would I ever work with you?
It might bring you opportunity.
I highly doubt that. Sorry, but you are wasting my time. I am in the middle of my stretches, and I must get back to work. Thank you and good day. And he turns back and he begins to do his stretches.
If you want to do that
Is he
properly, you might
wearing-
want to bend a little bit lower.
Is
And then
he
I
wearing
wink
any
at Nyx.
shoes?
He's wearing ballerina shoes.
Ballerina shoes? Alright, I'm gonna try and tie those the laces together.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Oh shit. Can I inspire her?
Too late. Oh, I thought there was a Oh, yeah, okay, there is a bard. You would have to do this while they were talking with Gallenford. But he looks down, and what do you think you are doing, little miss? You and that vicious creature.
Well, never seen such nice shoes before.
I'm
Where'd
not
you
sure
get
you
these?
never will. Now, this guy is a pompous ass. If you can't tell.
Yeah. She kind of titters to Bucky, and she's like, "You know what to do."
Which is?
Well, he's gonna pull on his mustache.
You're gonna have Bucky attack him.
Just pulling his mustache.
So Bucky leaps off of you, grabs onto his face, and starts pulling on his mustache. He screams like, "Oh, get this vicious creature off of me!" And he's just trying to pull off, but Bucky has a kung fu grip on the mustache, and he's just trying to pull and pull and pull.
Oh,
I
he
hope
appears to
he
like
rips his
you.
mustache off.
What was that, Nix?
Said, I hope he rips his mustache off.
You see other bards,
Or at least half of it.
you see other people come and try to get the squirrel off of him and trying to escort, call security to get you guys out of here. Get this creature off of me! And
All right, Nix, it's time to go.
and
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over him.
and eventually Bucky takes the mustache, bites it and bites it off and runs away with the mustache in his mouth.
Okay, yeah. That's
At this point, I'll scoop up Nix in the cloak to cover her, and then I'll face step us around the corner so he doesn't see us.
All right. So you guys make a clean getaway and Bucky finds you with one of half of his mustache.
I will high five Bucky and Nix for that.
You want it? It's like kind of like a prize. Guess.
Tempting, but it could also be evidence. If
Oh. Didn't think about that.
we'll have Aiden burn it later.
Okay. I just want to show it off to everybody before we do that, though.
That's so
And by
surprising.
everybody, I just mean our group.
Even the high class Fae aren't. Well, maybe some of them are not that pompous.
I don't know. Humans. I think he was a human.
He was definitely a
Didn't
human.
check. I think they're better than everybody.
No
They're just
wonder.
regular people.
No wonder the sorcerer didn't tell him about the lost page.
Yeah. I don't think you're gonna find anything over there, and I don't think we're invited back.
Huh, who says they'll recognize me? I just changed the shape of the cloak again. But you're right. We don't need to go there.
If they're too stuck up to see it when they have someone that's this extravagant and cool, then they don't deserve your time of day.
Aww. And I'll just do like a bow.
This is a little bit off topic, but last night at the bar, what did you make of it? Of Damascus and that drunkard?
Oh, well, from the stage it just looked like he dissolved a possible bar fight, which was surprising. I'm used to him actually following through with it. Did you overhear something more happening?
I don't know if I heard anything, really, but he seemed very shifty about what the guy was talking about. I don't really know much about these bandits or breakers, but he was saying that Damascus was part of it? I don't really get it.
He did. I think he did subtly mention that he may have been part of a group in the past, because I think when we were in that cave, he recognized one of those men that were frozen dead. But it's
I mean,
it's
I don't want
probably
to doubt him or anything. It's just he never talks about himself, and uh, you know, I worry sometimes that maybe he doesn't really think of us as friends.
Oh, that can't be true. I mean, we all fought a dragon together. And he made that
Yeah,
headband
but
for you. And I'll kind of tap the headband on you, on Nyx.
yeah, I just wish he'd open up to us. I mean, everybody has a past. There must have been a reason if he was part of something. I don't know. I just hope things don't get more distant.
We'll just have to show that we're there for him. He always has the tough exterior.
Yeah. Okay. And then she kind of like thinks about it for a bit,
Besides,
and
he's
then she
taken a
like
liking
changes the
to you,
subject. Yeah. That just might be because I'm small.
which means you have an edge in getting him to talk.
I mean, we tried talking about feelings with the spiders, and he didn't seem to be opening up at all.
Spiders are no good.
So you're saying I should talk to him when we're not near spiders?
Maybe this always seemed to work with some of the Fae back in the Feywild. The satyrs had tended to do this, but wait till he's drunk, either drunk or asleep. That's normally when people get really talkative, especially if you want them
Hmm.
to tell the truth. Now, Damascus can drink though, so you may have to wait till he's gotten a lot of drinks in him.
Yeah. Maybe I'll ask Caradwin if she has any ideas.
Or you can just learn that spell they used on us and then have them in the same room and then ask them questions.
Can I learn that? Hmm.
But I'm sure he'll eventually tell us more.
Right.
We all have secrets or things from our past.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just now realizing you weren't with us when I first told the others why I came here. And on the way back, I'll just tell Nyx the whole story about the witch hag and then the Lady Winter who betrayed his brother and the Autumn Musketeers and his hunt for her and the Oni.
All right. Uh, Caradwin, what are you doing this day?
I'm going straight to the library and just doing research and immersing myself in books.
What are you trying to research specifically?
Um, I don't know what information is present in normal books about um, eldritch creatures, so I'm trying to see what is readily available before I have to go back to um, Professor Bierce. Otherwise, if I can't find much, I'll go to him. I want to find as much information I can on the remaining eldritch horrors, or what the ones that we know of that still exist, and just see what I can learn about them.
Your best bet would be on the history books. Basically, when you say when you're not allowed to study, you're not allowed to study their practices. You're not allowed to do rituals and stuff like that. But you can definitely look up the ancient history of the Great War and learn that way currently.
Then I'll do that.
there are different ones that are still alive, and some that were definitely defeated. But almost like all gods, almost gods can be killed outright, but it's very difficult to do. You will need either to be a god yourself or have the power of a god. But there are other ways to defeat them. So you're just trying to see which ones are kind of are still kind of were survived the war, essentially, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let me find my. I actually have notes. Characters. Nope. There's definitely Cthulhu. He is still alive. He's imprisoned in Atlantis, under the heavy guard of Tiamat. It is said that Poseidon's trident holds the barrier to his prison. But in Tiamat, it's just basically the warden. And so also are the jailers are a bunch of dragon turtles.
Oh.
There's also, they say, is unsure, but there is a great old one known as Dagon. He is a almost like a sea serpent type old one, but they're definitely it is unsure whether if he was perished or destroyed, but he has not been seen really since. There hasn't been really many activity between him and his followers since the war. There is Hastur, the King of Yellow. He was defeated by Zeus, Thor, and Osiris. It took 3 of them to take them down, but Zeus was killed during that battle. Afterwards, after that, Thor went on to take on what's his name? Yig, the father of snakes. Yig is this giant serpent, eldritch horror. But they slain each other. They have both lost their lives in the battle. There was Shub-Niggurath, the black goat. She was definitely defeated. She was one of the more dangerous ones. She is known as she was able to reproduce these black what were known as black ghosts as for an army. She was like a fraternity deity, so to speak. She was very powerful and whatnot. There's also that's still alive that all feared, even the great old ones in Eldritch and whatnot. Azathoth. He is known as the blind idiot god. He is nothing but a source of destruction and chaos itself. It actually takes he is currently, they say that actually there's these elder gods that actually keep him asleep through the sounds of lutes, because they fear him so much. He's just a form of chaos and destruction. He destroys anything, including his own children. There are several others that are perhaps alive. There's definitely the spider one. Uh, Naka, the keeper of secrets. He said that he was unsure if he was, but he was defeated, but unsure if he's still alive or not. And it was a bloody war between the gods, and there were casualties of mortals and godlike.
All right. Wow, that's a lot of information. Yeah, that's what I spend the day doing, is looking up all of this stuff.
All right, so throughout the day, yeah, Karen, you seem that you're reading. You have the stack of books. This is like that typical Jesus. What the fuck? What the hell happened as you're drinking your coffee?
Yeah, just a typical day of Eldritch horror reading.
Yeah, exactly. There are definitely there are several Eldritch horror artifacts that are throughout the world. Some more dangerous than the others. The Necronomicon is one of them. There are, and cults are eradicated as soon as possible just because of what has happened. Like evil gods, heaven and hell, that got band together to fight the Eldritch. That's how much of a threat they were. Like you wouldn't expect Ordeal, the god of destruction, to band together with like Bahamut and whatnot to fight these Eldritch beings. And Ordeal is like the god of orcs, ogres, and goblins. Essentially, he created those races.
All right.
So yeah, they're that big of a threat. Night comes. Oh, Damascus, what do you said you were working on armor?
Well, he's probably just still at the guild.
Yep, he's still working at the guild, getting tips and everything like that. Since you're working on dragons, you're working on your majority of wyvern armor and other dragon-like creatures, very small creatures, almost even some dog size of dogs, some drakes.
Yep.
All right, night comes. What do you wish to do? Are you going to meet up?
Yeah, I assume we'll meet up at the inn.
Yeah, I can meet up with everybody.
Nyx is just showing off Bucky as he's holding onto the piece of mustache. She's like, "Hey, guys, we have a story for you, right? Right, Galliford?"
Oh yeah, don't go to the theater.
Why, do they have rats?
No, they're just pompous assholes.
They do.
I'm getting mixed vibes here.
So I might have made the leader of the troop kind of upset because I kind of sicked my squirrel on him.
But he deserved every minute of it.
Just Damascus's eyebrow raises. Really? Well, this is a story I gotta hear.
Yeah, Carrotwin, I can see why your professor did not tell any of those pompous assholes anything about the lost play.
Yeah, they're the absolute worst, right? Like, they make just getting seats difficult, even when you've already paid for the ticket.
Yeah, they give bards a bad name. Does everyone just assume we're assholes?
Uh, I mean, if that's your only experience with them, then kind of, yeah. But I mean, if you go to taverns and stuff, normally you meet a hell of a lot better bards, frankly, and also nicer ones.
I've seen a few traveling bards. They're not so bad.
Do that troop, do they even leave that higher quarter or leave the town?
Um, Only if they get summoned by somebody really powerful from far away. Otherwise, no.
So they've never gotten their hands dirty.
I doubt any of them have ever left the city, to be honest.
See, that's the problem. They just tell the stories, they don't live them.
That sounds like what I told him. No wonder he's not gonna find anything. He said I was wasting his time, but they were a waste of mine. But yeah, it was amazing. After he insulted me, Nyx here took it on her own accord to have Bucky attack the guy.
Oh
I
yeah.
think Bucky deserves a Medal of Honor.
See, and then he got his part of his mustache, so now he doesn't have half of a mustache.
And is that all that's left of him after Bucky dealt with him?
Well, you might hear a high-pitched squeal from the theater every now and then, but that just means that Bucky did a good job.
Oh, please. Even when they're trying to perform, it's just high-pitched squealing, isn't it?
You know, I think tonight my story will be a comedy about a pompous human bard who lost his mustache.
The lesson is, don't judge a book by its cover.
That'll be the name of the story. And that will be what I will play tonight while using the illusions on the lute to kind of show a visualization of it. But I'm going to try and emphasize that he looks ugly in the illusion, even with the mustache before it gets pulled off.
Just like all of his features are exaggerated.
Exactly. A long pointy nose, squinting eyes. Yeah, just make him look all lanky and weak and pathetic.
Doesn't he look kind of like a rat?
Ooh, I make the illusion have more rat-like features when I do this story now.
I can see it. It's like I was actually there.
Some people like to refer to them as the Rat Pack.
That'll be a code name I'll use so people don't fully know who I'm talking about.
Well, people will know, but those pompous assholes won't know.
Well, make sure you don't make them look too much like rat people, because we know those exist.
Oh, that's true. We don't want to send out allegations that maybe these are were rats.
Yeah, Karen, you know that there's a faction at the church district known as the Silver Ring, and they hunt were people and vampires and stuff like that.
I mean, I get it getting back at somebody, but you gotta draw a line somewhere.
But I will say they would deserve to be raided by the Silver Cross. That would be hilarious.
Ring.
Silver Ring. Sorry, I don't know why I said cross. The Silver Ring.
So after that, I will go on stage and I will do this little comedy story with those illusions in mind.
All right. The night goes on. You guys are telling your stories. Caradron, you're discussing what you kind of the history of the war. The night goes on without a hitch, and I think that will be a good ending point for tonight.